Hello, this is July 25th, 23rd, excuse me, 2015, and I'm John Drake, and this is the first installment of the GoDigio Developer blog, and I'm doing this for a couple of reasons. One is for my own sake to document what I'm doing, and another is to help well, three reasons, I guess. Other is to help others that are going to be helping as developers to have an idea of what's out there where that I've been using, and so that they can have an idea of what technology they need to be familiar with to assist effort. And the third is to give other stakeholders an idea of where we are, both so as a progress update as well as so that they can have an idea of where they see changes that might need to happen. So this is the main GoDigio application page. Up until this point, this has been hosted previously at godigiolive.com. There is godigio.com, which right now has a brochure site that Jesse Boyce set up so that people investigating the company can have a good idea of what we're doing. But this is the main site with the functionality for the social networking, the store, and um, and eventually for the video editing services. And so, but I say that used to be at GoDigioLive.com. I'm going to be shutting that website down because I have taken the development to a different route. I at first had to use a different server than what Jesse was using because of the framework that I was using, Web2Py. But I'm getting away from that now for a couple of reasons. One is, while there's some things that WebAPI does very well and it's really easy, some other things are more difficult and they need to be, in my opinion. For instance, I was asked to take the um, web store developed by Cedric Thomason and build it into GoDigio, and doing something simple as saving a web page off of the internet with all of its links and files and stuff, and then loading it up under another server is difficult for Web2Py because of the way it handles links. And that's just, I don't know why they do it that way, and it's too much to go into. So, you know, it, I knew it was going to be a lot of work to do that, and I also knew it was going to be a lot of work to re-engineer the site. And since I was planning on re-engineering the site anyway, I decided why not do it now rather than put all this work into something that I was going to want to change later. So the development that I'm doing now, this is all, everything that I've done on this page. There's no server-side code at all, really, at this point. No PHP, no Python, which is what Web2Py uses, no ASP or C# or anything. It's all HTML5, CSS, and JavaScript, and it is still database driven. The database is one that can be accessed through the web through a API using JavaScript, and I'm using the NoSQL database CouchDB. If you're familiar, if you're old enough, if you're old as me, you remember when relational databases like SQL Server and Oracle were the new kid on the block, and the what was going out was the old hierarchical databases that were B-tree files. And now, because the hierarchical style, object-oriented style databases kind of better fit the document model that the web is built on, those types of databases, it's the same concept, at least I feel it is, but it's now being implemented differently using, more modern technology. And so Google seems to be doing a lot with NoSQL type databases. So is Apache, so is IBM, some other big players. So this is not some novel, off the wall, crazy I'm doing. It's actually seems to be supported by some big players. I'm using CouchDB, which is Apache's product. I looked at MongoDB. It didn't quite have as much client-side support as I'd like. And I also have looked at Cloudant, with IBM's version of CouchDB. And there's Cloudon had some good features to it, but there's some things that were a little quirky to me. So anyway, you have the carousel run. See the featured arts. And quick explanation, this top row here, the featured artist, that's coming from a CouchDB table. The images are embedded in there, and it's pulling up the as well information about each artist. I have this completely populated for the old GoDigio Live, running with MySQL in the background. I've just ported over a few artists. I need to port the rest of that over. The albums, we need to port the albums over to the CouchDB database as well, so that all that can be live as opposed to this being static. The events feed right now is still not live, and that needs to be changed. Have our links, okay. Now go to the music store. Draw, that drove this latest change. Okay. This was a store that was developed on a totally different platform that integrated our GoDigio platform. Okay. One thing I need to add is a navigation link back to the main GoDigio page. That'll be on the store punch list. Right now, just the back. All right. Now I'm going to go into FanHub. And this is the social networking piece that we built from scratch. My computer is running a little bit slow, forgive me. I'm both doing the screen cap and also running everything live at the same time. Okay. So, first thing place we get taken to is a login screen. And I'm going to log in. To JPuffDaddy. And this is an inside joke between myself and my older twin son, Cameron. He is a fan of Pokemon, and I joke with him that my favorite Pokemon is Jigglypuff, and not just Jigglypuff, but JigglypuffDaddy. So once this comes up, all right, here we go. We have our image, we've got our timeline, we have some posts, and have some photo. This is about 80 to 90 done. There are some changes I need to make. I will go through that real quick. Right now, the search bar is not functional, so I need to fix that. See, is that link going to the right place? Yes. And this link is going to the right place. Yeah. Okay. This modal post, when this was designed, and Cameron Farmer designed this layout, he had two places where you can make a post. There is this right here, and then there's a post at the top of the bar. So it's 90 degrees. So I can post from here. I post here. See, immediately my post, I didn't have to refresh the page or anything. And then this was added to the my post list. Again, no refreshing. And this isn't using Ajax, this is using all JavaScript. And the framework I'm using is React.js, which is a framework for user interface development that was developed and released open source by Facebook. So that's pretty cool. This post thing, but right now I haven't put anything in this functionality in here. I have one post form working right now, and I will fix that. Okay, the button isn't working at the moment. What we'll have right now, since I'm on my home page, this button should not be showing. So I'll change that. But if I go to somebody else's page, it should show, and then I should be able to fan somebody. For example, I will go to made up a for Spider-Man, my favorite superhero growing up. And I can go to his page and again, this is a lot I'm not casting. Okay, I don't have an image yet up, profile image yet up for Spider-Man, no posts or anything. Just showing you that and Peter Parker is his name. Okay, that's something I need to fix. Because it's showing it has 6 posts. Those are the 6 posts that J Puff Daddy did, not Peter Parker. So I need to fix that. But so let me just go back to, just click home, taking me back to our home page for our fan. Note that's not the home GoDigio. You click on the GoDigio logo and that takes you to the GoDigio homepage. FanHub being a section of GoDigio. Okay. What else I can do? I can add a comment like hot is getting hotter. Soon comment shows up and my comment increased by 1. Now shares, it says 34 shares. There haven't been 34 shares. That's just a placeholder in the user interface that needs to be changed. Likewise, this 2 days ago thing needs to be changed for it to come up with, and for it to be giving us live information. I'm going to log out. Okay. I think I'm going to have to do a part 2 of the same screencast. I'm running out of time on this recording. So I'll do a part 2 to show you adding a new profile.